Welcome to the Astrotherapy podcast. I am your host, Ciela Winter, and I am thrilled to dive deep into the inner realms of provocative thought while discovering an array of astrological and psychological insights to accompany us on this quest of self-inquiry. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. And the question this week is, are you ready to go in? Okay, I'm raising my hand. And I wonder how many of you out there feel the same way. Because while this time of year is traditionally so festive and an extrovert's dream, I often find myself pulled into a deep state of inner process, a journey that calls me inward as if following the whisper of the solstice lullaby, bringing me home to myself. So, as I quench my thirst, whether leading up to, on solstice, during Christmas, between Christmas and the New Year, or leading up to my solar return, which is my birthday, January 17th, you can definitely count on me bowing out to bow in. It is winter after all, and a call of acceptance around letting go of what I've been working so hard to release. So the invitation to embody death is here. And then I find myself resisting and trying to wriggle out of it as if taking the last gasp of what has been. So I recently went into 10 days of Vipassana meditation. And typically I come out of these on the other side. This has been my fourth one, feeling lighter and brighter after the catharsis. It's really a catharsis of so many layers. And I feel, lighter after what comes up and out. But this year is very different. And perhaps because of the weight of the transition I'm currently working with. Instead of the feeling of the lightness of being, I'm being drawn deeper still inside. Deep sigh. Gravity is pulling me down into new depths of awareness inside of me. And it is heavy, dense, and real, and really necessary to experience. So maybe this journal this week is some kind of farewell, a goodbye to the parts of me that I simply cannot take forward. The residue of thematic explorations in the realm of relationship to father, the masculine, authority, power, sexuality, betrayal, and more. All of these have been coming up super strong for me. Happy holidays. So, in other news, there is a new moon in Sagittarius, and I love this new moon. It is the beginning of the end, so to speak, and it's the last new moon of the year, and with it, an energy of fresh new beginnings already sparkling up from within you should appear. And this pattern of clearing out of the initiating new cycles, it's a clearing out of the old while initiating the new, let's say. They're overlapping this completion process that we've been in. So let's reframe that. Clearing and initiating simultaneously. And this completion of the old has been pervasive and has been rippling out from these last eclipse cycles that we've been navigating through, especially this one this fall, which literally did have the overlap of the new moon solar eclipse in Libra and the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. I'm sure that you all remember this. This was just in October, and so formative, so informative, educational, and intense. So this moon that we have today is aspected by Uranus in an inspiring and provocative way, urging us to break through dualistic thinking and rise to a new occasion. The ground is fertile for wrapping up this year and for inner work if you so choose, and I hope that you do. So when the future self beckons you to walk toward the unknown with bold and determined faith, you know that you're on the right track. It is when the same song is on repeat that one should consider if there is an unopened or discarded invitation left ignored. And sometimes avoiding and attempting to cover up the feelings of anxiety or fear that we may be experiencing is because the truth that glistens on the other side of it is so majestically bright. Currently, I have been present to layers of anxiety that live in my subconscious, and I'm staying as curious as I can, and curious as to why they're there and what I'm hiding from within myself. Anxiety in itself is volatile. It's unsteady and cannot sustain life. Rather, it begins to erode the resting point of homeostasis. So as I venture in and toward the instability, I gather my breath and my courage as companions to witness what I may find, because it is not pleasant in there, okay? But so worthwhile to dive in if you are able to, if you can muster it up. Well, we are also coming into Mercury going retrograde, which happens early on the morning of the 13th. Another cosmic indication that it is time to go in. And I love these times of year when reflection and contemplation are the order of the day. By going in, you can utilize a retrograde transit in the way that they are meant to be received as gifts, flowing into a reset through retrospection, reassessment, reevaluation, reconsideration, relaxation, etc., etc. So as the autumnal season comes to a close this month, the body, the mind, and our awareness can sense that winter is indeed coming. I am choosing to embrace the essence of what this means for me on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. While the calendars are filling up and consumerism is at an all-time high, my answer is yes, I am ready to go in. Are you? I hope that you have a wonderful week of journeying further into this Mercury retrograde with the blessing of this new moon. And this new moon is benefic. It feels buoyant. It's in Sagittarius. There's some optimism there. So I encourage you to enthusiastically approach the end of this year, allowing Mercury to do whatever it needs to do, and take some time to reset and reevaluate before we start 2024. All my best to you, and please receive the peace of my heart that lives inside these words.